So I think I want my coal delivery train station to be here. And thinking about it, I could, if I plan it right, I can have room for all the other stations as well. So we'll have the station running this way, and then the 4 lines of coal will output like this. 1, 2, 3, 4. Just so it lines up. Alright, so we'll put basic track down. Nope, okay. Q, how do I do this? Click and hold? No. Oh, yes. Right, so I want like a basic curve as tight as possible. And I'm going to want to start putting together a book of railroad plans. Rail. Confirm. And I do want that on my bar, I think, because I can just right-click it to open it. Yes. So the first thing you really do want is just a 90-degree bend, because this is as smooth and as tight as I can make it, and it just becomes useful if you can do that. So we'll just call that. We'll just call that a curve. Create the blueprint. Drop it in the book. So I believe if I now click on that, yep, I get that up. And you can rotate it if you need it to go in different directions, or if you need to just do a tight 180 and stuff like that. So where's the end of this? No, I need a rail in my hand. If I hold down, if I just click and hold, I can do that. I'm running into a cliff there, so I'm going to want to do my S-curve. So I can avoid the cliff. And if you get a little thing like that, you can just sort of get rid of the extra bit and hopefully not destroy what's there. Where's my track gone? My track is up there. Okay, looking at this, I think I want all this slightly, because I might need more stations to come in from above. So I'm thinking the train's going to come in from here and exit down this way. And if I want to add more stations above it, then I'm going to have a straight line running here. But these things do have a weird squiggle to them. So if I just get rid of that weird squiggle, I'm going to end up like a ton of coal on me now. Let's do the thing where I cut that off. And that outer one hopefully will drain. And then I'll get rid of the belt. In fact, it's going to drain pretty quick. So, would I be able to get rails now running up here? Like, if that wasn't there. Yes, and that would be lining up with those. Okay, so if I need to add more stations above now, I can. Right. So so I want the train coming in from there. So we'll put the station as close to the curve as we can. And then we need a rail signal after. The way the rail signals work is, you can see this is showing green because there's no trains on this section of the track. If I put a train on it, it goes red. Getting on track, build a locomotive. And the other type of signal are called chain signals. Now what this one does is it looks to the track ahead to say, is it red or green? And then it changes colour based on it. See, it's now gone green. And in that way you can build all your junctions and stuff. Right, so this is going to be coal base. Coal base delivery. We'll make it black. Right, and we need to make this track longer. If I place the track in ghost mode by holding down shift, then you can go further and your nanos will do it. So you can set how big a train gets visualized. By default, it's room for one locomotive and 1, 2, 3, 4 cars. So we will actually put those down. Can I walk in between the cars? I can. And we are going to want... Okay, we can... I think we can copy the... This the train station? There we go. We can copy the colour of the train. And we will want to unload with the fastest unloading thing we've got. We do not currently have stack unloaders. So presumably we just want a load of fast inserters. We could use filter inserters, like we can... Some people I see when they play this, they use filter inserters whenever they are loading or unloading a train, and that's to prevent accidents if the wrong train ends up on the station. Do we want to do that? I think we do. So the other thing we're going to do is we're going to make a constant combinator and a load of red wire. And I am running over, desperately trying to find my maul so I can get myself some of those other inserters. The filter inserters. Oh, okay, I've got 6 on me, but I need a lot more. We need that logistics wire on here somewhere. Don't need you anymore. So put the red wire there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So a cargo wagon is 6 wide. It's usually best to unload into boxes rather than directly onto your belts. This way there's like a buffer, like excess stuff you can have. Then we will unload onto blues. I think the filter inserters are the same speed as blues. Let me get rid of this nature. All those stones anyway. This will need power. If you put one in between each, it tends to work out. So on these, not on the cargo wagons, on the filter inserters. Circuit network not connected. Okay, so I need to connect it first. So where's that constant combinator I made? I think I know what I'm doing when it comes to this stuff. Right, on constant combinator, we will pop you down there. And we're going to output coal. Tick. And then we're going to use this red wire and connect it to there. Ooh, nice little sound effect. Empty my hand. Now if I click on this, it is connected to a network, and I can say set filter. So now that set the filter on that first one to coal. But we don't want to set the stack size. Read the contents of the inserter hand and sends them to the circuit network. Nope, we don't. We do not need to do that. And now if I shift right click. Okay, no, that isn't going to work. But if I deconstruct actually, because I need the actual wire to be copied, not just the filter setting. So we're going to get rid of them. And if what I need to do is if I put like the row of 6 down and wire them all up. Now I can copy. And I just need to cross wire from there to there. How do I let go? Single Q. Right, now if I shift right click and then shift click on that one, it gets all the stuff about setting the filters via the circuit connection. So now why am I doing it this way? This is so I can make a blueprint of this station. And when I want to use it for like for the iron drop-off, the iron deliveries, I just have to change this one thing there. I don't have to, mess around. Okay. Things unloading onto belts. Let's actually connect this to the power grid. Trying to think if there's somewhere that would be part of the blueprint for a single large power pole. What? Why do you have that? What? Oh! Yes, remember the thing I was supposed to make sure that I do not forget about? Well, I forgot about it. And I am out of power. Do I have any coal on me? There we go. Power will come back. So, well, what was I doing? Yes, so to evenly load, you want like 3 and 3. But at this point, you could do that into a splitter and do like a weird thing. But if you just keep that one going straight and then that one going up, what happens is anything in this box gets placed on the right-hand side of this belt. So you end up with 3 things on the right-hand side and 3 things flowing onto the left. And that way it sort of becomes even. I just want to spot something that I don't have much of. We can use, yeah, just so you see, it ends up on that side. You run out? Good. So, control copy. And at this point you would then take the stuff wherever you want it. Now, if you need really fast input and output, you can do it on both sides. So when I make other stations, I might leave room for outputting on the other side as well. I also probably want to make this long enough that I could later have eight carriages. So how long would that be? I'm just trying to visualize this on the screen with my hand. It's a little longer than that. Probably as far as my nanobots are currently going, like to there. So we can sort of declare that, you know, the end of this station. So where are we and where are the rivers? So the coal is actually up there. So what might be good actually is if I made like a circle thing here. If I got my curve and said we might be coming in from the north, or we might be coming in from the south. And then if I line this up here, sometimes it's best to do this from map mode. And connect those. Get rail in your hand, go over the arrow, hold down Shift. Right, but we want to also carry on up to there. You can see it's sort of rotating it, but why are you doing that weird squiggle? Because we are not actually lined up. Okay. Control X, get rid of that. Some of that. Now, working with rail is when you really appreciate the nanobots. So go. You just want a straight line. Come on. Okay, I can just left click like this. There we go. Now I can line my curve up a little better. Right, so that's a loop which will allow my coal train to dump at the station and come back round and then head off north, because that's where the coal is up there. I don't have any parking lots or anything like that worked out yet. We can add those as and when we need them. Basically, if there's going to be multiple trains heading for this station, possibly for multiple different destinations, you need places for them to pull up and park until space is available. Right, so we also want a normal signal at the end of the thing. Now you can see the way these colour changes, that sort of breaks it up into different blocks. So there could be, as I said, other stations, like, you know, other horizontal stations, and, you know, and they could all be sort of heading down that way. but we'll sort the signals out as and when we need them. So kind of want signals to be the length of a train. They can be longer. So we'll just put a few basic ones down here. This way it doesn't have to wait for the train in front to get too far ahead before it can start moving. Right. Junctions. You don't want a train to enter a junction unless its exit is clear. Because otherwise it will like enter the junction and sort of stop here, and then the rest of the train is going like this, and then if there's another train sort of trying to go it, you know, go another way, it's going to get in the way. Right, so we are going to have actually so I want my railroad tracks to sort of be right next to each other, meaning the signalling has to go on the outside, which means it has to be a right-hand drive system. You see the way the arrows point, the direction the trains are going to go. So this is actually lining up. Slightly wrong. This needs to not line up exactly here. Let me get rid of that. So the train will be heading down from up there. Put a normal signal on the exit of a junction, and then a chain signal before the split. That way, if a train wants to go this way, it won't unless its way is free. I probably don't need it at this stage. What I was trying to fix is the way out has to go north. Which means my rail curve is in slightly the wrong place. Ah, what the... Yeah, I didn't mean to do that. This, please. Thank you. Right, so the way out actually needs to line up with that one. So if trains are coming down from the north, they'll be on this one. So this track will actually continue straight over there. And this again is, as I said, you want to put this on this side and then a chain signal before it. So for a train that's coming down on this track heading downwards, south, if there's a train here, that's going to be red and that's going to be red. So the train will stop here. It won't stop here and block this track here. Similarly, the train that's coming from here, you put a normal signal there, and you don't want it to enter this junction unless it's able to continue. So we will put this back there. That works relatively well. Now, most people I know do have their rail tracks when they're doing a double rail track system, which is what you need to do if you want trains to be able to run in both directions. Most people put their tracks quite a bit apart, and then they sort of have them curving and so on. I want to experiment to see whether or not this works. You know, it means I'm noticing that it does mean my signals have to be slightly further away from where my junctions are, because there's there's less places available. But overall, it takes up less room and lets me sneak past the rocks. So I'm hoping this won't, you know, turn out to be an absolute disaster. So, if you were a train and you were heading down, you would be going that way, and I wouldn't want you. Actually, we need a signal on. We need a main signal on both straight down and off into this station, and a single chain signal there. Now, this chain signal will, if both of these are clear, it will be green. If only one of these two is clear, it goes blue, and then the train will stop here if the exit it wants is blocked. Otherwise, it will continue, which is good. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and there is room for a single train to park behind there. So with my current setup, I could have 2 coal trains running at once. One in the station, one pulling up behind it. If I want more, I can add parking. So now I kind of want to do a blueprint for what my main railroad track is going to be like, and a nice straight section of rail. So let's get rid of those trees which are going to be in the way. So, signal, signal. And then also a large power pole, because you want power running along your tracks. And I'm going to base the length of my tracks on the distance of 2 power poles. Like so. Any more research we want to do? We will want explosives and batteries. I'm sort of holding off on the military stuff. Advanced electronics. Yes, okay, so that takes 200, 150, 100. So let's research explosives, then batteries, then advanced electronics. Incidentally, how is our pollution cloud? We are almost about to tickle that one, and once we put this coal post down, it definitely will. That's when we're going to have to start testing defences and stuff. Okay, copy. I just want the straight bits. Let's get this going the full length. And then we're going to put our signals in. So what is the distance between that? Is that a train's worth? Can't quite see. 1, 2. Why is that only showing for? Oh, it's because there's another signal there. So the distance from there to there. Yeah, I think I'm just going to put signals up here, because once your trains are at speed and going on a straight, it doesn't matter. So I'm going to put signals either side again, like that, just below the power pole, the same way I did down there. And then we're going to make a blueprint. We're going to copy from... We're not going to copy that upper power pole, or are we? Sometimes it's easier if you have a power pole at both ends, because then you can just sort of make it line up with itself. So yeah, we will include that power pole and the lower set of signals. No, I'm changing my mind now. Because if I sort of twist it round and get confused as to which way round I'm putting things down, I'm curious. If this power pole was there, it would not connect to any of them. It's going to be easier to line up stuff if I just had signals in the center of each section. It's going to end up with about the same spacing, but there's going to be less chance of me accidentally duplicating my signals. Okay, make a blueprint. That power pole down to that power pole. And this is... I don't have to say rail straight, it's obviously a rail. Straight, create blueprints, and drop it in the book. So now when I pick up the book, I can shift click and get that. Right, do I need any more signaling down here? This straight here continues for quite a while. So we will put one, we'll put a signal in there. And then here it all sort of breaks up and stuff. So, can we get to this outpost? See, now in map mode, I can start planning this out. So if we head... If we aim to head past it, then the same track could be used to go to the oil. There are a lot of rocks here. Go as close to these rocks as we can. Got to allow room for that bottom signal. We do that. Rotate round. Do that. So that will bring us to the coal patch, and we can just have a small single train station up here, but it will also bring us towards that oil. We are going to have to set up defences and stuff. Leave map mode. Let's actually connect this to our grid. There we go. And because we're using the lighted power poles, our track lights up nicely. 24 nanopoles, reasonable amount of track and signal. Alright, are we likely to continue this track north? No, because there's a big bit of water there. So, this is where I need to get my S-curves in. Do one there, and then get rid of everything else. Deconstruction planner, please. There we go, and if that goes in, the power still connects. Hang on, that's a little bit ugly here, isn't it? There we go. Right, do we want to throw a radar out here? We've already got one, I think. Okay. Yeah, there's a radar up there with some guns. So, the next episode, I think we set up this coal patch, but before we activate it... No, okay, so, yeah, next episode, I think we're going to be having to set up some defences. Or possibly we can just go out and kill them. What have we got? We've got 47, 285. We might be able to just kill them. Radar. Yeah, I don't want to place a radar yet. Let's give this a go, shall we? We'll end the episode with some biter killing. Make sure I don't run out. I'm going to go back and grab them. In fact, one of the things I can do to really cheese this is if I put down ghosts. Strangely, they reacted to the ghosts. Then I can put like a line down there. Oh yes, no, I discovered last time that doesn't work because the nanobots don't fill it. Right, yes, get rid of those. Go down to actual guns. The fill for me mod doesn't work when you do it with ghosts. Ow. Deconstruction planet, everything but nature, please. I do not learn from experience, do I? Right, 244 bullets still, 41 gun turrets. There's another base up here. So let's just work with this. That rock wall might actually help me. There we go. Okay, trees and rocks only. But it includes cliffs for some annoying reason. Oh well. Shifts. Let's cancel. Right. I think that is it for this episode. We are... Oh no, let's take you out as well, actually, because you're actively being tickled. I don't think I've got any... I've got some defences up there. While we are here, we will clear up. Oh, there's a nice patch of copper up here. How big is that? 10 million. Nice. Oh. Okay, there's not actually a way across here. Oh no, this is shallow water. Gun turrets. Here's the way across. If there's a way across, the enemy will find that. Wait for the first wave. What I should do, rather than having that, is if I whitelist gun turrets, military gun turrets. There we go. Oh, there's one up there. Right, let's take another quick look at the map, see if there's any more immediate click. Now remember, expansion is on. It's just set very, very slow. I think I set the minimum time before they look for expansion to an hour. Maximum time to 4 hours. So they can re-encroach on areas. But we are again safe for a bit. I might want to work on what's known as a wall train, which is basically you can have... Well, it doesn't really work until you have full logistics. So I quite like how the train track looks like, just like a solid thick line. Right, that's it for this episode. Next episode we will add some defences and tap the coal. Rather than just putting defences around the coal, seeing as we know we're going to go for the oil as well, we'll probably put defences along here, utilising these cliffs as choke points. So we'll tap that, and yeah, and that's the two things. And we'll carry on with the research and stuff like that. It's all sort of opening up now. There's the stack inserters we need for our train stations, actually. Stack inserters and stack filter inserters. A stack inserter picks up more than one item at a time. So yeah, we definitely want to have our train stations using that, you know, as opposed to anything else. I will see you in the next episode. Bye bye. Another quick postscript. I was just grabbing supplies and stuff, and I noticed that I had not continued the stone heading off towards the rail maker, which really does need it. So I had forgotten to rehook up the iron to here. So the stone now does a wonderful little squiggle, goes along here. In order to accommodate its passage, I had to move the lab maker down one, which means I got, you know, I was able to eliminate a squiggle here. And it now uses a red handle to grab its gears, but it means the stone can go under there and under there and under there, and then here it squiggles all the way back to where it was. So yeah, the mall is now functioning again. Bye bye.